Hi, Odyssey Camper here. After traveling around the country for a year and not catching COVID, I managed to finally become a victim of the COVID economy. The company I was working with laid me off. So I lost my van, lost my job. I guess I lose my insurance. I suppose I could go on unemployment for a while, lay around, do nothing. That. It's time to get the Odyssey defrosted. This time around, I'll apply the lessons I learned in my previous builds. I think I'll put the battery and power center under the floor and the spare tire compartment. I'll also do a plywood subfloor with some vinyl tile over it. Maybe get rid of one of the rear seats. That'll give me room for a water tank for the rear hatch shower. Then I'll reuse the bed from the NV200. One good piece of news is that I was able to save the bed and the electronics out of the NV200, so I'll be able to reuse those with a little adjustment of the slats. If you've been following this series because you have an NV200, then there's one more piece of information I want to share with you. If you go over to the OdysseyCamper.com blog, you'll find an article I wrote about fitting different size tires to the NV200. I think it's the one improvement you can make that'll really make a huge difference in these vans. So I tried a couple different tire sizes, and I put the information up along with some tire calculators, some wheel calculators. So check that out. You might find it useful for upgrading your NV. And now I want to give you my final thoughts on what it was like driving the NV for 30,000 miles. Unfortunately, when I recorded this, the wind was terrible, my windsock wasn't doing a job in the mic, and by the time I realized what was going on, it was too late to correct it because I don't have the van anymore. So this next part has a lot of wind noise, but if you really want to know what my final assessment and thoughts were on the NV200, then please bear with it. And as usual, thanks for watching. I guess I should do a long-term wrap-up of the NV200. I'll do that in a second. Today it's like 10 degrees in Michigan. The wind is blowing like hell, so hopefully it doesn't disturb the sound too much. But if you see me shaking and my hands are in my pocket, that's why it's freezing out here. Alright, so the NV200. What did I like about it? Well, I mentioned this in the very first video. I like the fact that it's a box. It's really easy to build in. Everything's square. You've got attachment points, tie downs on the floor. So the cargo aspects of it are great. As a vehicle, it's horrible. The thing is, it's loud inside. It doesn't handle, especially with the stock tires that I put back on there to return it to the company. It gets about 23 miles to the gallon. I initially reported 30 miles to the gallon, and that was exceptional. I think the computer may be set up that way to give you a high reading on your first tank of gas. But 23 is about all I ever did, and that's traveling 70, 75 miles an hour. If you can maintain a steady 50 miles an hour, then you'll get 30 miles to the gallon. But the only place I was able to do that was on the Natchez Parkway. Handling, terrible. You get behind a truck on the highway, it'll buffer you all over the highway, so that's not fun. Braking is not spectacular either, especially when there's a load in it. So there's really nothing I like about this vehicle. It's like driving a mid-90s Hyundai. It's been reliable, but I think I've got 30,000 or 35,000 miles on it. So it's been reliable, but it's not a very enjoyable vehicle. So if you're looking to convert something and you're looking in the minivan space, go for something else. Go for an Odyssey, even a Chrysler. At least some of the Dodges that were made in the Chryslers, they have a cargo model. So if you want a cargo van, much better mileage in that type of van, much better handling, acceleration, everything about it's better. They're typically brand new. The Chryslers may be $6 or $7 grand more than this was. It's worth it. If you're buying used, there's very little difference in the price, so don't mess around with this. I'm thankful I had a chance to drive it, but especially on the stock tires, it's just horrible. And I say that without any animosity toward the company or the fact that they gave me a vehicle that was really nice. I'm trying to say something nice about it, but the seats are uncomfortable. Let's say, the backup camera. All right, the backup camera is pretty good in this, especially at night. So there's something good about the NV200. Otherwise, I think there's probably a reason that Nathan over at Element Van Life got rid of his too. I didn't talk to him. I haven't asked him, but there's probably a pretty good reason that he's in a different vehicle now. So anyway, if you're thinking NV200, if you love NV200s, good for you. You know, if it's right for you, it's right for you. It's not right for me. I can't wait to get back to the Odyssey. Talk to you later. There's a lesson in here, you know? Nobody's safe in the new economy. There's no such thing as job security. You have to look out for yourself. Come up with other streams of income, other things you can do. Van life, you know, it really lends itself to that type of lifestyle, working remotely and having multiple small incomes and stuff instead of one big income. So it's all good. Odyssey Camper will go on, and I'm looking forward to getting on the road, do little things, more of the things I do, buying and selling machine tools. I sell auto parts online, bunch of things. So I'll just spool that stuff up, give me a little time to get back on the road, and Odyssey Camper will continue. So thanks for watching.